Retail investors are here, crypto space is about to explode, and I'm about to show you few news and evidences why. And now, let's begin. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's video, as I promised, we have some interesting news and theories to bring over here on this video, and also we're going to be going through the Bitcoin chart for this weekend. What should you be aware of? I bought some of the Bitcoin, I bought some Ethereum Classic since it went down after we bought on that 8 euros or something. As we can see, we are on the monthly chart of the Bitcoin, and one thing we need to mention and to bring over here, Bitcoin still did not retest 20 monthly exponential moving average as it didn't over here, so we should not expect that to happen any day soon. Now the only thing that is getting me worried over here is these three candles, three white soldiers, green soldiers, whatever you want to call them. They are pretty much bullish. As you can see, whenever you have one of them and then second one, you should expect third one also. Now sometimes these three white soldiers, or green soldiers in this case scenario, can give you a little bit bearish clues. Why? Well, after those three soldiers, usually you are seeing some sort of a slowness lagging into the market, as we had over here, as we had also over here. So this is the reason why I'm a little bit worried that we may actually see a correction on the weekly chart. So if we dive into the weekly chart, you can see that we have perfectly good top formation with the doji candle over here. We have confirmation with the second one, which is this week over here, and God knows what could happen from the Monday. So we may see the prediction that we gave of $24,000 approximately. Why? Well, as you can see, 20 weekly exponential moving average is slowly climbing, as we said in that video, and also we have multiple reasons why we may actually see $25,000, $24,000, this area over here that we marked with this red trend line. So this is what you should be aware of on the weekly chart, because right now I'm not seeing anything bullish until we see breaking up this high over here, or at least this one to be more conservative if you want to. Now if we switch on the one daily chart is very interesting, because as you can see, this zone that we predicted that should be top, you need to check out our videos, previous videos about that. You can see that we actually bounced from the first one over here, which is $30,000. Also, that's a psychological level that should give us a support, as I told you in the previous video, and that actually happened. We bounced back with this green candle, but the night is still young, so we need to still wait and see if we may actually break 20 exponential moving average. What happened here is also for debate, because as you can see, since we started the bull market, and we can clearly see over here when we broke 20 EMA on the daily chart on 7th October 2020, you can see that we never actually went below so much from the 20 EMA, neither we were close below it so long as we are right now. So this is something that you need to take in consideration. What Bitcoin actually did over here, if we bring those 4 EMAs over here, you can see that we actually retested 20 simple moving average, sorry, not exponential, and as you can see, perfectly good bounce. Of course, some news are actually moving the price. As we can see over here, Bitcoin price bounces about $32,000 as MicroStrategy buys the dip with $10 million over here, and as you can see, we bounced from 50 simple moving average, which Bitcoin tends to do, and surprisingly over here we did not retest 50 simple moving average, neither any of other simple moving averages since we start this bull market. And if we compare it to the 2017 over here, we can see that we had pretty bigger dips to even 100 simple moving average, not only 50. So this is very, very new for the Bitcoin right now. Another very interesting thing that you need to be aware of also is the MACD. MACD has pretty strong signal, a bearish signal, corrective signal onto the histogram over here, and those two moving averages are in the middle of fall, which means that we still have a plenty of space to the downside, which doesn't mean that we are going to go further. We may actually cross them, but that may happen, so just keep in mind that. Another thing is the RSI. As we can see, we first time after we start this bull market, we fall down below level of 50, which is bearish area that you need to be aware of. Even so, we are in a correction that is on some sort of a way a little bit bearish. We shouldn't be below level of 50 over here on the RSI, as you can see. And one thing that we need to point out for the RSI over here is the bearish divergence that we already discussed about. We need to disable the volume so you can see better. As you can see over here, we have one low and a lower low over here, and on the chart you have one low and you have higher low. So this is pretty much bearish for now. We need to see how this will play out in the future, actually in the next few days. Make sure to observe level of 50 on the RSI and the price, how the price is acting on these levels. Now, more interesting stuff are on the 4-hourly chart. You can see that we discussed also about the bearish divergences. We need to see multiple bearish divergences before we see that pullback, that retracement into the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space in general, of course, because they're all following the Bitcoin. We need to see bearish divergences on every single time frame, not every single, but okay, 4-hourly and 1-hourly is enough. One more confirmation for that is the 20 exponential moving average on the 4-hourly chart. You can see that right now we are coming along to actually retest it, and it seems like that together with this zone that we marked over here is going to give some resistance. So already now we are declining, as you can see a little bit. Make sure to observe, if we decline from here, we may actually see next low to the downside. Be careful on this area. I bought the Bitcoin over here with a little bit of money anyway, but if we plunge to the downside, I will probably buy more, especially if we visit $24,000. I will most probably accumulate with a little bit larger sum of money, because I think that would be area for the support before we see bigger prices. Make sure to observe this. Now, switching very quickly to the news over here, we have some bullish news, of course. Bitcoin miners facing chip shortage amid skyrocketing demand. Bitcoin miners are scrambling to acquire more mining rigs as the global semiconductor shortage worsens. That also reflects on the price, ladies and gentlemen. So this is good news for us, but nevertheless they are going to have struggle to get more equipment for sure, because for the Bitcoin it's going to be much harder to mine Bitcoin, and even the whole Bitcoin market is going to have trouble with the demand, as we all know how hard it is to get so many Bitcoins right now, especially because of halving. We discussed about this and rambling about this during the whole period of the summer. Now, if we go to the next one, retail is here, the virtuous cycle of social engagement with crypto. Now, this is something that we discussed actually in the previous 2 weeks. We discussed and rambling also about altcoins non-stoply. We're not going to go through this because we went through these reasons on the example in the video, so this is the reason why we're not going to read it. But as you can see, we can go through the coin market cap very quickly, and if you switch to the 24-hourly change over here in the percentages, you can see a lot of coins are in green. This is insane. This is exactly like in 2017. One day one part of the altcoins are in red. Actually over here we don't even have some coins in the red, it's just 3% or 2%, but most of them are in the green. So next day or next 2 days is going to be maybe red, we will see deeper correction, then the next 2 days we're going to see green, and so on and so on. So this is one of the reasons why I started to accumulate some altcoins, like over here basic attention token. We are pretty good profits in the basic attention token, and I'm still accumulating more of them. So this is it for the alt season. We are going to see much bigger pumps, much bigger dumps also in the future, especially when pretty dump money comes in. Look at this. As you can see in this news, older investors are getting into crypto. New survey. Virex and the Stellar Development Foundation emphasized that the age is no barrier to adopting blockchain technology. So they did one survey over here. According to the survey results, more than 30% of respondents between the ages of 45 and 54, the largest survey's age group, were using crypto. They were actually using crypto. The study also found that 26% of women aged from 55 to 64 invested in crypto, compared to 14% of men in the same age group. Do you hold digital assets? As we can see, a purple line, at least a little bit lighter purple over here, is the yes. So this is pretty high percentage when it comes to that age. This is very good. This means that we are seeing adoption slowly but surely in that age, but most probably we are going to see in much bigger scale during this year, next one, and so on and so on. So I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this kind of a content. Let me know in the comment section down below, did you start to buy some altcoins or something? I'm very curious about that, and which would you recommend? I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos, and until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.